everybody. It's Daphne with Laura Entertainment. We are sitting down. Let's get pumped with TC Rose. What is up with you?
Hey, hey, how are you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I
Thanks
am
for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
not a problem. So tell us a little bit about you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, where do I start? I'm from Chicago. I am a stunt actress, and I also do print work, and model. And I am an advocate for working with less fortunate, homeless, and all of that. I live for it. Actually, that is, you know what? I'm not living unless I'm doing something for the homeless. So,
Yeah.
um, what else can I say about myself? Gosh, I don't know. Just ask me some questions of what I don't know.
Okay, so when I was working out your page, because what
Yeah.
I'm doing with you is just going to launch everything at one time. Usually I'll launch a page before I launch the interview, but
Okay.
time was crazy this week.
Okay.
So I was reading in there, I mean, stuff that when you grew up, you lived in Arkansas and then
Yes. I started. It started. We were in Chicago. And my dad was killed. Um, I was 9 years old, and my mom was like, "I'm getting you up out of here." I'm the baby of four. Okay, so we moved from Chicago to the South, and we stayed in Arkansas, Missouri, and then after that, we relocated back into into Chicago, the Chicago area. But we lived out in the suburbs of Chicago. So I've been, God, I went to a high school called Downers Grove North, and I was a huge athlete. Huge. I mean, I had scholarships everywhere, but I was really, really good at basketball. That was my thing. So everyone thought I would go pro and do all of that. But you know what? I did something stupid and I followed an ex. I had scholarships everywhere and I did something stupid and I regret it. I regret that to this day. But then again, I say, you know what? It all was not in vain because I actually get to now I'm doing stunts. So the skills that I had in basketball,
yeah.
guess what? Now I use it in in my profession. So it all worked out. But what else? Yeah, so I grew up. From 9 years old, like I said, I moved to the suburbs, and it couldn't have been my mom. My mom is anyone that knows me know that I am a mama's girl. Okay, and she's the best. She did the best that she can as a single mother, and we, all of us, me and my brothers and sister, we were always say we were going to do everything to make her proud because she is a single mom, and we have never been in trouble. We always tried to anytime we walked out, we represented mom, and I can say, she's very proud of every last one of us. So yeah, I'm blessed in that area.
I think that happens with a lot of women as far as following a guy. That actually happened to me when
Oh,
I was younger. I was offered a oh my god, it was years ago. It was a $250,000 modeling contract with
mm,
for Elle magazine, and then
okay,
I was supposed to go to New York, Planet Hollywood. I guess we were going to be there for a month,
okay.
and I had met somebody. And same damn thing. I was 16, and I met somebody and my ass threw it away for a
Yeah.
dumbass
Oh,
male.
I did it. You know what? You think back on that and you're like, what was I thinking?
Right.
And people were like, oh my God, TC, we know you're gonna do this, you're gonna do. I mean, I had scholarships from all over the world. Do you hear me? And he was
Wow.
a basketball player as well, but his grades wasn't good, so he
Mhm.
had to go to a Division 1. So I had scholarships to. I'm sorry, to what is it's a Division 1, but it was a what is the college? Not the 4 year. What is that? What is that? Junior. No,
Undergraduate.
no. What was it?
Undergraduate.
No, no, no. A junior college, duh. He went to a junior college, whereas I had scholarships to all of these major, colleges. So I followed him there. It was D1, and I didn't have a scholarship, so I'm like, "Oh my god, what," and I would go to his practices or what have you, and I would watch the girls because it was the girls before the guys. So I sit there and I would watch them, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Now, mind you, this is a Division 1 that hadn't had. They were supposed to be so great. They hadn't had a walk on in like 66 years. That's how good they were. Guess who walked on?
You.
I did. I did. I did. And but you know what? It went from. I mean, the experience at first it started off really great. Then it went downhill. Why? Because the girls got jealous. I come in, I walk, I'll come in as a walk on, what have you, and people started to see my skills. And not only that, I mean, I'm just me. So, and people took a liking to that, but the girls on the team, they weren't having it. They were like, "Oh no, she's coming in, she's going to take my spot." It was crazy. So they made it rough for me. They really and truly did. So to make a long story short, I came home. I lost the love for basketball. I did, I really did, and
They
that's a
ruined
few minutes.
it for you?
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, now, as far as playing, yeah, I lost a love for it. Then I came back home and there is this college here, College of DuPage, and the coach heard that I was coming back or whatever. And he came and got me out of class. He was like, "Oh my God, I heard you were back in town, blah, blah, blah." And he offered me, he said, "If you come and play basketball for us, we already know about you. I followed you." He said, you will start and I'll make certain that that you go to a great school. And I'm like, "Okay, okay." But you know what? I dropped the ball on that only because I just lost a love for it. So, yeah, whatever. It
And
happened.
that women, you all gotta do better with this jealousy bullshit.
It's crazy.
It's with a lot of women.
It's
I noticed that because
crazy.
I don't really have very many female friends at all.
Me either,
And
not
it's
now.
always because I grew up with the boys, like, I had 8 brothers growing up. I'm a
Okay.
tomboy, I love to ride motorcycles, I can't play no basketball worth shit, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other stuff like that, working on cars and all
Yeah.
of that, and it's like these women it's because, honestly, you want me to be real with you? Because they're a bunch of jealous ass bitches.
That's it.
I mean,
That's
and
it.
they wanna sit there and not
Yep.
they'll tear you down
Oh,
before saying, "Hey, we could do this together,"
I
and
know.
it's a lot of girls. I noticed that, and it's everywhere in acting.
It's terrible. All my life, I've experienced that all my life. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I'm like, come on. I want everybody to,
Right,
it just, what
and they
can you do?
I don't
What
know.
can they do? What can you do? And you know what it did was it showed me they see something in me that I didn't know, so you know what? Hey, whatever, but what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, women gotta do better.
They have to do
This
better.
is ridiculous. I mean, and I see it every day as a producer and acting and, the cutthroat shit
Yeah,
or there's an issue with somebody and don't get me wrong, there is in the males also,
I
there's
know.
competitiveness and
I
egos
know.
and all of that, but it's not as bad as it is women. If women get on with somebody, and then they're not getting all the credit and then they become jealous, it's just like, well, what can I do to basically tear this person's career
I
down?
know. It's
You know,
terrible.
it is
Terrible.
ridiculous.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I hurt someone or tried to sabotage someone. That is just not in my spirit. I never understood it. Still to this day, I just don't understand it. It's like, I mean, everywhere you go, you walk into a room, you can see you already feel it. You feel the energy. So it's like whatever. I use that now. I just use it. Okay. Okay, I feel it, so I build on it. I really
Yeah.
do. I build on it. So it's obvious you see something in me, so hey, let's try. Like let's do this.
You want to
Okay,
be a hater, be a hater,
that's
but you
it.
can stay your
That's it.
ass right over there,
That's it.
and I'm
Stay
gonna
in
go
your
do me.
lane. That's it. Stay in your lane. Exactly. Exactly.
So acting, okay,
Mhm.
you fell into acting later on. Stunts.
Mhm.
What all have you done stunts on?
Pretty much so all the Chicago shows, with the Dick Wolf shows, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med. I've done The Shy. I've done. gosh, I've done APB, I've done a lot of independent films, but I've pretty much so reoccurred every year doing the Chicago shows every year. So from season one to all the way up to season 12 on all the shows. Empire, gosh,
Did you work with Erica Porter?
Erica.
Erica Porter, she's a friend of mine. She actually went to the same school I did. She lives up there in Chicago, as a matter of fact. She was on Empire. It was
Hmm.
a while back, a while
I,
back.
I did season three, so I don't know. Her name doesn't sound familiar,
Yeah.
but maybe if I saw her face,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm good with faces. Um, But yeah, I did season 3, and it was an experience, I can tell you. Empire was definitely an experience, but you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. I had a good time.
So
I
what
had a
did
good time.
you do? What did you do on Empire?
I did stunts, and I also worked behind the scenes as well. So I coordinated for the extras background. So I got the opportunity to be on set every single day, and so I every of the cast had became really good friends with the cast, and the crew, the whole 9 yards. So when I was not in front of the camera, I was behind. So yeah, yeah.
Extras, man, I'm telling you something as far as start because I started as an extra.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. I mean, they have to get everybody at the same time, and then you're
Mhm.
here, there, and everywhere. You got to keep track of everybody, and then usually
Yeah.
the people, I call them the hobbyists. The hobbyist, they'll wait until lunch, and then boom, they're gone. And then you're like, okay, all these people were just in the shot, and
Yeah.
now But you guys, you're responsible for a bunch of shit when you're doing that job. It's a pain in the ass, man. That's a job
Mhm.
just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? It was fun. It's interesting. I started off as an extra as well in 2010. And I started what was this show called? I forget what the very first show that I it was with, Vince Vaughn and Kevin James or Kevin yeah, what's that show called? Oh my gosh, it's I can't think of the name of the show. Anyways, I started on that show. I went from that show to a show called Shameless. And I somehow, I don't know what happened, but I'm sitting in the, extras, in the little lobby or what have you, and waiting to be called to do a scene or whatever. And then I hear someone say, "TC Rose," and I'm like, "Yeah." And it was one of the staff. They asked me to come to them or what have you. They were like, "Well, they wanna use you for Shanola Hampton's stand-in." I didn't know what a stand-in was from a standoff. I had no idea. I mean, I'm fresh with it. So, I got the opportunity to be Shanola Hampton's stand-in for 7 seasons, okay?
Wow.
Which was a great experience. Oh my god, that was within itself. Now, mind you, I'm new to it, so, I
Yeah.
got the opportunity to see all aspects of it. And season 5, I was watching, as I always do, and I'm watching the stunts,
Mhm.
and they flew a girl in from California, to be Shanola's her stunt double. So I'm watching it, right? And I'm like, "Wow, I could do that. I know I could do that." I had no idea who was standing right next to me. So out of my mouth, I'm talking now. I'm thinking this guy, I'm thinking he's just trying to hit on me. So I'm holding a conversation with him. I had no idea that was the world renowned Rick Lefevre Sr., who was this, he is the stunt coordinator for Chicago, for the Midwest. So, but I'm talking, still not knowing who he is. He's like, "Really, you can do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I had no idea that he was peeping me out for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
So he comes over to me and no, he's standing here and I'm talking, we're conversing. I'm still watching the scene. He's talking to me. So what can you do? And then I'm just letting him know my background or whatever, high school, blah, 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 my athleticism, all of this.
Mhm.
And I'm just watching because I'm intrigued. And he's like, okay. He's like, do me a favor. He said, send me your information. I was like, now I'm new. What? He said, send me your resume. Do you have a resume? I didn't. I'm like, uh, just a little small resume. It was nothing big because I hadn't done anything.
I got
So
like
I'm
one
like,
project.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, and it was extra work. So I'm like, oh my God. I was like, he's like, "You do me a favor, send me a headshot and your information." I said, okay. He said, do you know where to, you just send it to my office. I'm like, who is this guy? Not only do I don't know who you are in your office, who are you? And I don't want to be ignorant, right? And say anything. So I'm like, he's like, here. And he read it on my face. He gave me a card. So I said, okay, I took it, read it. Okay, Rick Lefevre, blah, blah, blah. I still had no idea who he was. And by me being new at it, I didn't do my research either. I didn't go home and was like, well, so guess what? I didn't call, didn't send anything. 2 weeks, yeah, I know, 2 weeks passed. Now, mind you, he is the stunt coordinator for Shameless. So he's there always when there's a stunt. So I'm doing same thing. I watch a stunt being done or whatever. Now I saw him. I was like, oh, still had no. And then when it was time to check out, so I'm checking out, for the end of the night or whatever. So I'm giving my voucher, and I get a tap and I look up. It's this guy. I'm like, oh, hi. He's like, hi. And he's like, ah, I thought you said that you were gonna send me your information. I was like, yeah, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. He's like, please, just send me your information right away. I'm like, okay. So something just told me just send it. I send it or whatever. So as soon as I got home, I found the headshot. It wasn't professional. So I sent the information. It wasn't a day later that I got a call to be on Chicago Fire. He was looking to hire me right away. So
You done missed 2 weeks. 2 weeks
yes,
of work.
exactly, exactly. So I became Yaya. No, that was Chicago Fire. And then after that day, it was 2 days later. I did Chicago Med, and I was Yaya DaCosta's double. And then from there, it went Chicago. It's been a trickle effect ever since. Oh my god, but it was such an experience, and I tell them, and they would say, "That's amazing that Rick was still after you like that, because if you don't send your information in right away, he's like, forget about it." So when it's your time, it is your time. Obviously, it was mine. So I'm like, thank God.
A lot
But
of people don't realize that, I mean, when they're working on these film sets,
yeah.
and you're newer, because something happened with me on one of the movies that I was on.
Okay.
I heard of the Fantastic Four, but I never watched it. That's like a kids movie to me. I
Yeah.
get it as the Avengers or whatever that type of movie, but still, to me, that's like kids type movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was working on 10 Minutes Gone, and I was standing right next to Michael Chiklis. Okay.
Okay.
And my friend was talking to me, and we're sitting there talking because, everything picture whatnot. So I looked at my friend, I was like, is that Bruce Willis's stand-in right there, right? And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Is that Bruce Willis's stand-in?" Because I didn't know what he looked like. I knew the show The Shield, but I didn't know. He was like, "You don't know who that is?" I was like,
No.
"No." And he
Mm.
goes, "That's Michael Chiklis." I'm like, "Okay." And
I
who,
know.
you
I
know?
know.
And he was like, "Michael Chiklis, the Fantastic Four, the Rock Creature." I'm like, "Okay, I've heard of that." He goes, "The Shield." And when he said The Shield, I'm like, "Oh, I know who he is now. And this is what came out of my mouth, and I mean, it's gonna sound kind of offensive, but I was like, "Oh, he's the bald guy from The Shield." I'm like, "I
Yeah.
know who he is now."
Yeah.
And I heard him laugh, I'm just like, "Oh, well, I don't know." You know what
I
I mean?
know it.
I was new too. I
I
didn't have
know.
no clue.
I know. And and I wasn't really good at watching a lot of movies. So
Yeah.
I like people will say, "Well, do you know this?" I'm like, "No, I don't. Who is this person?" No clue. And you
Right.
feel horrible. Like, oh,
And
sorry.
you're
But
not gonna
yeah.
it's not like they put the pictures with the credits
I
at the
know. I
end.
know. So I wouldn't know it by name. No, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah. So yeah.
You see the damn names, but they're just names. It's not like
Like,
you
who
know
is
who
that?
people are. If they approach you, you're not going to know who they are.
I know it.
You
I know it. Oh my god, I know it. So,
There's
yeah.
some crazy shit that happens. But I mean, I felt kind of bad because I know he heard what I said, but I was just like, moving on.
What what can you do?
Moving
Like,
on.
sorry, but yeah. Yeah.
So what's
No,
the
that
most dangerous stunt you've done?
the most dangerous, I would say, would be thrown off a maybe 15-foot stage? Was it 15 foot? Is that right? Maybe something like that. Only because I was thrown into a crowd, not a box, not anything, not mattresses or anything. So the stunt people were there to catch me,
Yeah,
but I could have landed anyway. I could have landed wrong the whole 9 yards. They could have dropped me. So that was the most scariest. I was thrown out of a moving car before. I know you would think, well, why wouldn't that be? But no, that was controlled. So you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
But that was it. You know what? The thing is, they don't write the writers, and hopefully that changes for African American females. They don't write a lot of dangerous stunts for us, you know what I'm saying? It's just not what they write.
mhm,
Um, it's very minimum unless you're in something like, Black Panther or something like that, where you're, other than that, they don't really write dangerous stunts where we're jumping off of things or, um or even being thrown through glass or anything. They don't really write that, not for us. Hopefully that will change. And I started to write scripts as well. So as I'm writing my own stuff, I'm writing that in for me, because I write, I'm gonna make sure it's certain that I play these roles, but
yeah.
I want to do that so we can be seen, and no, hey, we can do that too. But they don't write a lot of dangerous things.
It's a lot of women, they really don't write a
They
lot of
don't.
dangerous stuff for
No.
women, period, I don't think.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
there are some things where, there've been fire scenes or stuff like that, and they're doing
Mhm.
their burns, but,
Mhm.
women, I guess, I don't know, they still look at women as dainty,
They
and
do.
it's just
They
like
do.
me, I'm I'm a roughneck.
Yeah.
Like I said, I ride motorcycles,
Yeah.
I've done crazy shit. I've actually been thrown off of a 100-foot cliff, not jumping on my own, it was because I
Mm-mm.
didn't jump fast enough. My ass got thrown off the cliff by by one of my brothers
Wow.
in Las Vegas at Lake Mead. We went cliff diving and I didn't jump fast enough, so he just kinda helped me out there. I mean,
Wow.
after I did it the first time, it was fun. I've been rappelling, I love to
Sure.
rappel,
Yeah.
shit like that, but I guess they're afraid, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, yeah, and it's so true. Women in general, as you say, and as well as
Mhm,
African American females, and it's just the truth. It's
yeah.
just what it is. But hopefully the writers are reconsidering. But you know what? Sometimes I think about it and I see some of the stuff done. I'm like, oh, thank God. Let them do that.
Drive off a cliff, or if that really happened where like in the Fast and the Furious movies where they
Yeah,
drove the cars out of the planes and oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
no.
Yep.
I don't know, like, I think that would probably be the one thing I don't think I would do. My
Mhm.
son all the time when he comes here, he's like, "You wanna go skydiving? You wanna go skydiving?" Because I do like these high rides in amusement
Okay.
parks, but my ass ain't trying to jump out the plane.
Me either. Me either. Not at all. They're like, "Well, not at all," not at all in no way. So, yeah.
Right.
Um, yeah, but so the most so that would be the most dangerous per se.
Yeah.
But I pretty much so take slaps, falls, hits,
Yeah.
stuff like that, being thrown, that type of stuff. We can keep it safe. So, yeah, and it's fun. I love it.
So who do you idolize as far as women actresses?
Viola Davis, I do. I really do. She is all of that, okay? And I never like coming up, I never really try to watch anyone to emulate because I want to do me. Do you know what I'm saying? But she is one that I kind of, pay attention to. And Meryl Streep, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. They have I mean, they've worn their gifts and it is just amazing to see. It is Oh my god, did you see Fences? I don't know if you saw Fences or what have you. No? Oh,
No.
man. Viola, she is known for her crying scenes, and when I tell you,
Mhm.
that is a sight to see. She is really she when you say get into character, she is oh, she's amazing. You have to watch that scene where she's crying.
I've actually reached out to her.
Did you?
Yeah, because I'm scoping my women leads for the Shattered Dreams movie. And
Okay.
there are 2 that I really want, and I will make this public. I can do that because I am the producer, so I just will make it public that the ones that I'm looking at is, Octavia Spencer and Viola
Mm,
Davis,
yes, yeah,
and
both excellent.
I've reached out to both, you know, so
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah, 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 I
Well,
mean, excellent choices, excellent choices.
yeah, I
So
love 'em both.
so you started off as a model. So you've been in the industry for how long?
I did some modeling, oh my god, when I was 6, when I lived in Vegas, we were walking through Sears and somebody there scouted me to do something. I guess it was a photo shoot. I don't remember back then. My mom had taken me, I guess, for that. And then
Okay,
later on I attended the Barbizon in Vegas. And then I come back here and when I got offered I started doing well, going with one of my friends to it was Wellman Models, and then I actually started working there for a little bit when Diana Sabaka had owned that, and then
okay,
it shut down. And once it shut down, somewhere in between there is where I'd got offered that opportunity where the boy came in, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
later on, because I ended up turning that down, I was scouted again. I went out to a bar and somebody had scouted me while I was with my friends, gave me their card, and I'm just like, this ain't the time. You know what I mean? Right now. So I just put the card in my purse and just kind of left it at that. And
okay,
then later on down the line, I decided, later in my 20s that I was going to go to med school. I went for 2 years for medical administrations, basically, is what it was.
okay,
And I figured out 2 years in that I can't watch somebody throw up. So then I changed from that to 4 years forensic profiling. It was crime scene investigation, forensic profiling. So I went 4 years for that.
wow,
Take the police exam, aced it, okay? Once
okay,
that happened, I was doing the portion how you gotta go and do the agility and the boot camp and all that. Then my,
mhm,
my daughter and there had gotten sick, so I ended up starting my own business, which was a cleaning and painting business, and I ran that
okay,
for 13 years and then fell into this industry. I had
okay,
submitted for a movie and forgot that I even submitted for the damn movie. I thought it was like a joke or something spam when it came back because I forgot all about it. And then I was like, oh shit, I did submit for that movie. And then from there, it just kind of went on.
okay, okay,
It,
okay,
it was crazy the way I fell into it.
mhm.
It's like
Yeah,
almost
everyone
like it was meant to happen
of
because
course.
you got the thing when you're a kid, then the teenager thing that you turn out for a guy, then later on, and then all of a sudden, boom, here we go again. You
Mhm,
know what I mean? So it,
I
it
do.
came back, just
Mhm,
kept coming. And I think if I wouldn't have taken that chance, it probably still would have landed in my lap at some point.
absolutely.
It
When
just
it's
happened.
for you, it's for you. What's meant for you, you're definitely gonna get it, so yeah. So that's cool, and you've been producing
Yeah,
now?
I that's interesting. I went from managing, well, actually agent manager, and then I had started working for another person who is now sitting on the Grammy board and started working with them. And then they were really busy too. And I'm just used to doing my own thing. So
Mhm,
that I kind of broke off into my own anyway.
okay,
So, I mean, I still talk and work with these people. If they need
sure.
anything, they know they can call me. Um, and then I just managing and everything else with everybody, that I've worked with. But
Mhm,
as far as producing the way I've been doing it for the movies, one of my cinematographers, he was just like, "You're a great manager." He goes, "But you need to just stop managing and go full blown producing," which I
wow,
still do manage some of my people, but
okay,
I just kind of went full.
full-time producing.
producing. He was
Yeah.
like, "Because you're friggin' awesome at it."
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, good for you.
it's a headache process.
Oh, I'm sure, I'm sure. But good for you, though. That's excellent.
You have to worry about everything when you're the producer,
Sure,
everything,
sure.
and you get the
Yeah,
dumbest phone calls.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Just like,
that's great, though. That's pretty good. Yeah.
some days.
I get it, I get it. I totally get that. Totally get
You understand the industry.
I do, I know. I get it. I totally get it.
So Chicago, I mean, you've lived there off and on your whole life.
Mhm. Yeah. This is home for me. This is
Cold.
home.
It's cold.
It's cold. Well, you know what? It's not too bad today or yesterday. It was like 51 degrees.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's amazing for you know what? This winter, we haven't had a bad winter at all.
We
It's
didn't hear.
actually
Yeah.
no. You know, thank God. God, because
It's
I
supposed to
hate
get up to like 62 degrees some point in time this week. I think it's later on in the week. And I'm like, man, I can get on with this kind of winter. It's like
get
Florida winter.
out. Mhm.
Yeah.
I heard that far more that this was supposed I heard this like months ago that this winter was supposed to be the warmest winter like to
Really?
date. Yeah,
I
and
heard it
it's
was
so
supposed to be bad.
no, I heard it was supposed to
Uh,
be good, but so far so good. It's been true. It has been true, you know? We had 2 I can say maybe 2 to 3 snow days that were bad, and that's it. That's it. Thank
wow.
God for that, because this is Chicago, so I hate working outside anyway. You know,
Girl,
so
I don't know because my mom, she lived up in Wisconsin. And
oh,
I used to go up and visit her during those music fests in
okay,
Milwaukee.
okay.
And it was July. I went up there in July and I froze my ass off. I was like, "You got to move from
Yeah,
here because
yeah.
I can't do that," you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
No.
I totally get it. Which, you know what? I actually had gone to Vegas a couple years ago in like July. And when I tell you I had a coat on, a coat in Vegas. I'm like, wait a minute. I left cold weather pretty much because I went, was it in June? It was in no, maybe it was August because it was winter here.
Yeah.
So and I was like, I left the cold weather to come into nice weather, and it was cold in Ve I mean,
Really?
cold, cold in Vegas, yes.
It used
I
to
had
be
a coat,
hot
sweat
out there all the time.
things have changed since this global warming thing, things have changed, so I don't know. The seasons are different now,
When I was a
so
kid, when I went to school out there, I remember it snowing, which was weird to me.
mm,
It
mm,
was always hot.
uh,
And it just started snowing and we were on the playground and I'm just like, okay, this is odd, you
yeah.
know? And
Oh,
then
yeah,
it didn't happen for a long time. And I'm talking about in the city of
yeah,
Vegas.
yeah,
And
wow.
it didn't happen for a long time, but I guess they said, the weather out there has been look at all the rain that California is getting.
Exactly,
They
that's
don't
what I'm saying,
usually
it's
get that much
different.
rain either.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and cold,
Right.
so then, like, yeah, things have changed, so what can you do?
So, do you got any other you got any big projects coming up that you can name drop? You don't have to go into detail, but can you name drop?
Honestly, not as of yet that I can say would be huge, no. I'm just waiting for that phone call, as we do, especially for stunts. You never know. Tomorrow I can get a call say, "TC, are you available?" So that's how it is. I just auditioned for a commercial, so we'll see. Um, we'll see. So other than that, not as of yet, but that's gonna
During
change.
these shows, did they I mean, I know they put you in front of the camera for stunts, but
Mhm.
did they ever give you like a little role of your own on the side in any of them shows?
Well, I've had, co-star roles. So yeah, I would say, yeah, of course. Yeah. So I have what's called the double-edged sword, which is great because being an actress and stunts,
Yeah.
they're looking for that talent. They really hope that they get a lot of that more so because they can kill two birds with one stone instead of if I can act as a stunt actor and doing stunts,
Mhm.
that's great. Usually they'll have to send out for someone or bring them from another state here or whatever, but I can do it both. So I can do both. So that is a great asset to have. So
It
Yeah,
is.
it's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
It definitely is because it
Yeah.
is a pain in the ass when you're casting, and then
Yeah.
you're like, "Okay, well, they can't do this, 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 this."
Yep.
Now we've gotta find almost somebody set like the person's doppelganger, basically is what they're
I
doing.
know.
We
I
gotta find
know.
a doppelganger, to
Yeah.
use for and it's hard,
I know it.
you know?
Oh, I know it. And it's a good feeling too because if everyone in stunts, like my stunt coordinators, if there's an acting role, I always get to audition for it because they're like, yeah, TC, you can act. So they throw me in it all the time. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for that. So yeah. Yeah, and I just did a commercial back in 21, and it's world well, it stopped airing as of a couple of months ago because it was a 2-year contract,
Mhm.
or back in 23. So it was because it was a 2-year contract, but, it went worldwide. So it wasn't just national, it was worldwide.
Yeah.
It was called Cool Sculpting. One I That experience there was phenomenal. Oh my god. I
Did
mean,
you do it? Did you actually let them do that to you? The co No? Really? Oh my god,
no.
like, hell yeah,
You know what? They did it, yeah, but yeah, yeah, it didn't
I
actually
woulda
happen.
let 'em.
Yeah. Oh, if in fact, oh, I was totally down for it, but, yeah, I didn't actually, you know.
Damn. Missed
Yeah,
opportunity. 'Cause that would have been me, I'm telling you, if they'd been like, "Oh, yeah, come in and do this commercial," I'd been like, "Are we
yeah.
for real gonna use this stuff?"
Yeah, no, they did not. They just wanted to know, like, when I auditioned, if I had the experience. So I had a friend girl that opened up her own company where she was doing the lipo stuff or it's pretty much so the same thing.
Yeah,
So that's what got me in, just saying that experience, and they liked my look,
yeah.
and that's how I got in. So I was so and that was far more one of the greater opportunities that I have ever had, to be honest with you. Really. I'm looking for many, many, many more, especially a commercial that'll go worldwide.
Be care don't I tell everybody not to sign. I mean, there are things out there that are in perpetuity,
Mm,
but
mm.
don't sign it.
Yeah.
'Cause once you
Yeah.
do, you're locked in, and then if you work for Coke, you can't go work for Pepsi. If you work for Pepsi,
Exactly.
you can't go work for Coke,
Yeah.
and you're locked in, you're stuck. That's it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, yeah, so you have to be careful for that. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. But yeah,
I
you
mean,
know.
that's one thing I don't think I would do. I don't think to each their own if
Yeah.
that's what they wanna do. Maybe
Mhm.
if it was something I really don't mess with, then I would be
Yeah.
like, "All right, okay, whatever, I'll sign it." But I don't think I would. There are
Mhm.
people out there that do, but sometimes
Yeah.
they don't realize because they're newer. They don't
Yeah.
realize what they're signing and what that actually means on
Beans. It's
you
true.
know?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's
So,
frustrating.
it is. It is. It is. But yeah, and I understand it from that perspective, but still I'm looking to do many, many more commercials. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yep,
necessarily in that line because you already know. You already know I'm limited there, but anything else, bring it on.
yep.
Commercials are great. Oh my god, they're huge and gives you all the
Fun. I
exposure.
mean, I did one, God, I got soaked, man, I'm telling you. The guy was dumping water on my head the whole time, and I'm like, "Oh, jeez."
Oh, that sucked.
I went home soaked because I wasn't planning on getting soaked like
Yeah, yeah,
and he's standing over me, and even before we're filming, he's still and then when she was going to reset, he's still dumping the water on my I'm like,
yeah,
"Filming right now,
oh
what the
gosh.
hell?"
Oh
He's still
my.
dumping water on me.
Oh, that sucked. That sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun though, it was cool, but
Yeah,
still, damn, man,
yeah, yeah. But as an actress though, that is, hold on, sorry about that. Hold on, sorry. Um,
You're like me as far as fans, like, "Oh my god, you guys are gonna keep calling."
that was a thing notification thing that went off. But I was so happy to get that because I was actually waiting to get something like that as an actress
Yeah.
because I've done the co-star. I'm looking to do, to go up in that, but that's what's needed when you've had the speaking roles and you do a commercial like that. That's what's needed to get you in the upper, to get better opportunities.
Yeah.
So I've done that. So hopefully my face is out there, and hopefully, a casting director can see me. It's like, wait, hey, TC's been in this, and then I can get a reoccurring role, or, a lead role, or whatever the case is, because I have pretty much so the profile of what it takes. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Stepping stones.
Stepping stones for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So that's why I was so thankful. I was like, "Oh God, thank you." So it's going in the right direction. So I'm like, "God, whatever your will is, let it be done. Let it be
Right.
done." Yep. So
You
yeah.
got any vacation plans or anything coming up for the summer? You looking
For the summer, I pretty much well, we got one coming up with my family. It's not huge. We always travel south because my family is there. So we're gonna do that within the next couple of weeks, as a matter of fact, as long as time nothing comes up.
Yeah.
So yeah, if something comes up and I can't, then of course they'll go without me. But yeah, we're gonna do that and just go visit family. Um, I want to do some. I just want to. I don't know. I wanna try. I would love, honestly, to do something like the Dubai or Jamaica or something like
Mm,
that.
mhm.
And it's kind of hard when you're on call because you don't want to go, be out doing something like that and you get a call. So
Yeah.
it kind of limits me to do stuff like that right now. Downtime would have been great when we were on the strike or whatever, but who's trying to spend that when you're on a strike?
Yeah.
Financially. So, but yeah, but I would love, love, love to do something like that. And I will. I'll get the opportunity soon. I'll just take it. I deserve it.
I
I
am.
deserve it.
I'm actually because I literally work every single day, rather I'm on a set or I'm at home. It's 7 days a week,
Okay.
18-hour days every day. And I am taking my daughter, she just turned 16,
Okay.
but spring break, I am taking the time
Hmm.
and taking her on a cruise.
Good for you. Good for you.
We are going on a cruise. I'm like, one, I just need to get the hell away for a minute.
Yeah.
I need to be able
Yeah.
to reset and
Yeah.
have some fun because I
Yeah.
don't even know what fun is anymore.
I get it. I get it. Oh, trust me, I definitely understand. And I've had so much downtime too. I'm like, just bring it on,
Right.
please. I would love to have your struggle right now. Oh my
Well, I
gosh, if
was
you work.
still working the whole time during the strike. I was working. Like, I mean, we
Wow.
weren't filming, but I have all of these projects that I'm getting together and
Okay.
it was nonstop work, 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 work. It did not matter
Wow.
at all because I was not getting a break. So
Wow.
I didn't get that break. So I'm taking that break
I hear you.
on
Yeah.
spring break, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my vacation.
I know. I hear you. I hear you. Well, you deserve it. You deserve it.
I need one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Definitely.
sometimes you have to step away. You must. Just for our mental, right? You
Mhm.
need to do that. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just let all of this stuff go. Like I said, I just had too much time. I'm ready to have my phone ring off it's what TC, can we use you here? Can we, because it's been so limited. And even now, things are slow, but
Mhm.
we anticipate things, like pretty much so picking up in April. That's
Yeah.
what the word is, in April. You know what I'm saying? So, and we do have the Shy here right now. We do have the Dick Wolf show. So it's work. It's work. So,
Yeah.
but it's just,
Pilot season.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. So do you have for everybody out there, I mean, rather they're wanting to get into acting or not, because I mean, I know I asked that with a lot of actresses, but you are actually the first stunt woman I have
Yeah.
had on here. As
Okay.
far as if somebody was to looking to break into that portion of
Hmm.
this industry, what advice do you have for
You
them?
know what? That's kind of hard because that's a close knit family with stunts. You literally have to be chosen. So you just have to be at the right place at the right time. What I'd say is do extra work, and pretty much so get on set and get that experience of being on set. And hopefully, if there are stunts and you're blessed enough to be by the stunts, then that way, you can have a better opportunity of someone seeing you and seeing your look
Yeah.
and pulling you in. Other than that, it's not like we can say, "Oh, you know what? Let me give you a email address to." You can't do that. That's not
Right.
how stunts go.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a you just really. I wish there was some other advice that I could say besides that. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much, and it's only who you know. So if you know someone that can get in contact with a stunt coordinator or what have you, then by all means, that would be your way in. Other than that, you just have to be at the right place at the right time. Honestly, and
I
that's what.
would have to tell them, if you do plan on going into a stunt profession, all the while still pursuing acting, I believe it's better to start training in whatever kind of stunts you are going to be interested in doing. If you want to go
Mhm,
rappelling and you want to do rappelling stunts or
mhm,
helicopter stunts, then go camping, go
mhm,
rappelling, go
mhm,
stuff like that.
mhm.
Training with people is what you
Training is great.
really
Yeah.
need to do, because you
Mhm.
don't want to go into a film set and then be there and then like your look and then you lie about what you can do, as a lot of people do on their resume.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when they have you do it, you're full of shit because you didn't get
Yeah.
training. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I believe
Yeah.
that you should have training, like if it's martial arts,
Mhm.
karate
Mhm.
class type,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing there,
Mhm.
motorcycles,
Mm.
ride,
Yeah.
that's the way you're going to get into the door, because you already got the skills to back you once you
Yeah.
are on set.
Yeah, and
You
which is that's true, but you know what? Like, the luck of the draw with me, I had no experience, so
Yeah.
it can happen,
Yeah.
and the crazy part about this industry, you don't have mentors, so
Yeah.
you have to learn it all on your own, but hoping that you would get with someone that will share this information with you. Other than that,
Yep.
it's just not like that. It's sad to say, but it's just not. I wished I had someone to say, "Hey, TC, reach back out to that's Rick Lefevre. Reach back out to him." Or, but I didn't. That's why I waited 2 weeks to call him back. I had no idea, so no one was able to share that with me. So I tell people personally, and but other than that, yes, skill sets is everything. You know what? Have some skill sets. Never lie. That's the worst thing you can do, the worst. And if you
Yep.
ever do that, integrity is broken, they will never, ever, ever hire you. Never say you can
Right.
do something when you can't do it.
Exactly. Don't
And
lie
that,
about your look. Don't
yeah,
lie
n-
about, don't filter the hell out of your pictures. Do
no,
not lie about what you can do on
absolutely,
the resume. You could end up dead by doing a stunt wrong because you lied on that resume.
absolutely.
You
Oh my God, that's the
You
worst
never
thing you can
know.
do.
You
That's the
never
worst thing.
know,
You don't
and
want to
that's
press.
why I started these segments. I
Yeah,
started, like,
yeah.
Let's Get Pumped, that's mainly for stunts and
Okay.
health and fitness and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and I started the Director's Corner because of the same thing, because these
Okay.
directors, will drop in casting calls secretly that people aren't catching, but it's coming from industry professionals, because I didn't have that experience, I didn't have them coach us,
Yeah,
I didn't know shit when I
yeah.
when I started doing this. I
Yeah.
was I was going from a business to this industry, and
Mm-hmm.
luckily I do know business,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
acting, you have to
You
you
have to figure
have
it
to
out.
figure
You do. You must be. And the thing is, even when I got involved,
it out. Mhm.
there weren't any like stunt training out there. It just was not in our area. It wasn't. So it just so happened the last couple of years they started a group here where they can train you. Okay. Other than that, when I started out, it just wasn't available. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Now I'm sure if I would have done my research and looked out in other states or what have you and traveled to get that experience, yeah. But I didn't do that either. I didn't have any, like I said, didn't have anyone to say, TC, and thank God that it just fell in my lap how it did, and I had my background of just being an athlete, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's what carried me through because I didn't have any training, none whatsoever, and they took a chance on me, and it just worked out, but I wouldn't advise that for, anyone. Just go ahead, get you some skills, do that, so then that way, if you do get the opportunity, you got something that you got some credentials, right? And you have a better chance at that. But if they
Exactly.
like your look and it's for you, they're if it's for you, it's for you. So, but yeah.
How do you feel your basketball game would be now that you've been doing all these years of acting?
Oh my God, I would be sick on the court. Oh my God, girl, look. You know what? I'm sure I can play. I mean, I know I can play. Once you have that skill, you always have it. You just have to sharpen it and just work on it. That's all. I mean, I'm sure I can still play. But yeah, I would not used to running up and down and doing all that. I'm sure I'm a little rusty, but you know what? All I would have to do is just train.
Right.
And I'm sure I can, because once you have it, you have it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting older now. Um, so of course I can't do some of the things that I used to do. But
I do that
whatever.
feeling sometimes.
In my mind, I think I can. In my mind.
Now I
Yeah.
done lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about you and basketball, and
Yeah. Yeah.
if you could
Yeah.
still play or not, we'll go there. We'll go right back to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, with some training or some touching up, yeah, I'm sure I could be able to shoot a ball here and there. Yeah,
It
I'm
does
sure.
suck when you're getting older though, and you're like, you really, really think you can do certain shit. You're like, yeah, I can still do that.
I
And then
can
all of
see
a sudden you're like, oh my God, I wish I could have done that.
like, "Oh my god, I'm washed up. No, I can't do that anymore."
I'm gonna
But
pay.
but you know what? I would be an excellent coach though. So,
Hey,
I would
there's a
yeah.
lot of kids out here that need to be coached.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For
You know?
sure. My nephew, he played overseas professionally. So I'm actually going to get an opportunity to, because now he's home. He has his own business where he is training the youth or what have you. So he was like, "Well, Auntie, I have a girls basketball portion. Do you want the opportunity in coaching?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So I will get that
Yeah.
chance. But yeah, but I feel that I would be excellent in it because I know the game backwards and forwards. You know what I'm saying? And I know how I came up. So and I know what works. What they're doing now on the court is like different. It's like what?
Everything's changed in
We could
school.
never get away with that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
is so ridiculous because it's like I don't really understand the way that the schools are doing this shit now because even with like their math and everything, come on. You don't need 50,000 lines to get to how does 252 turn into 252 and then you got 50,000
It's
lines. Cut
ridiculous.
the shit, man.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. 2 plus 2 is 4. What are you
right,
talking about? Anything else? It's
right.
insane how this is.
But
I
they're
don't
all
get it.
using calculators too now. I mean, how the fuck are they gonna learn
They
anything
won't. Yeah,
if they're only using calculators? Make them do that shit on paper.
I know.
Back the way that's how we all
It's
learned.
not how it's not how it
Right.
was when we came up.
Right.
I don't know what they're training.
They're dumbing down the
That's
friggin'
that's exactly what they're
they are.
doing.
They're dumbing everybody down. It's
Yeah.
bullshit,
Yep.
and they need to stop because
And
look at
yes.
the shit that's going on around the world, and, like, our school systems in America are
Yeah.
freaking laughable anymore.
I
They're
know it.
I'm sorry, I hate to say it,
I
they're
know
gonna
it.
hate kids.
I get it. I
Laughable,
totally get it. And I
you know?
agree with you 1,000%. They've taken books out of schools.
Yep,
What are you doing? An iPad? What is that?
right.
I just don't.
They don't wanna
I
read
just
no
don't.
more. They don't
No,
wanna
I
read
don't
no
get
more.
it.
And the kids that are wanting to become actors, if you're not wanting to read a book in school,
Yeah.
I feel
What
for
makes you?
your ass if you're wanting to be an actor, honey, because I'm telling you what, you're reading 100 and something pages
Yes.
every time you get a script, and
Yes.
you're gonna have to read that shit, you're gonna have to learn that shit, you're gonna know
Yes.
stuff like the Pledge of
Yes.
Allegiance,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's
annoying,
unfortunate. It's unfortunate what they're
right?
doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I swear. Some things just set me off anymore when it comes to, like, certain things because you sit there and you're like, "Okay, when I went to school." I mean, because I was in the AP program, I was in the advanced classes, so
Okay.
every night I was going home and I had to walk, like, a long ass while to get to school and back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stack of books,
Yeah.
yes, doing
Exactly.
homework from the time I came in
Yeah.
until, God, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you gotta read
Yeah.
everything, and these kids now, like, I'll ask my daughter, I'm like, "Are you doing your homework?" And, "Oh, I already did it." And then I see her using calculator on math, I'm like, "What the hell are you doing? How the hell are you gonna learn anything?"
I know it. I
If you're
know it.
always using a calculator, it's bullshit,
Yeah.
they need to take
But
it out.
that is how that's how it's good. That's how it is. They don't have to do what we did. You know what I'm saying? It's just
But
we
they
would
for
get
real, they might not have to, but they
mhm.
need to
They
do it.
need to
They need to
absolutely. I agree.
the
I agree.
shit out of the schools.
I
They can take
agree.
their iPads and everything else, use their
Yeah.
computers and stuff at home.
Yeah.
Bring back the real shit because
I
I'm sorry,
know.
I hate to say this, our kids are getting dumb. And I got
Yes.
kids, trust me, I know. You can
Yeah.
see it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not saying my kids are dumb, but you
No,
can
I
see
understand.
the
I
level of
totally get it.
shit that they're
Yeah.
doing in the schools from like
I know.
stuff that kids
I
don't know.
know.
It just
Oh my
pisses
god.
me off.
I know
You
it.
know?
I
Like,
know it. I know it, and they're all in the phones and everything. We used to go outside and
right,
play. We used to, you know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
Street lights are
it's
on, gotta come home.
it gotta go straight.
For real though. I
Exactly.
mean, that's
Let me
back
turn.
when life was good, you
That's
know,
when life was good. That's when
right.
life was good. Let me turn some light on. It's getting a little dark.
The shit nowadays, I'm telling you, it's just like, I don't even know.
It's
It's just
crazy. It's
so,
crazy.
so
Yeah,
irritating just
it
because
really is.
yeah,
It really is. And it's very sad to see it happening. It really and truly is, just to witness this. I never thought I'd see the day. Never, not to this capacity. You know what I'm saying? Not to this capacity. But
yep.
you're absolutely right. It's like they are definitely dumbing the youth down, and
For what
it's
reason?
sad.
That's my question because you would think that you would actually want our youth to be a lot smarter
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
they will eventually be the ones running the country. So why are they dumbing down our youth
I
when
don't get
they're
it.
going to be the next runners up in this competition we call life?
I know it.
You know,
I know
it's
it.
scary. It's a
Mm,
scary thing because
it really is.
once they get to a point, if they don't have the training or don't know like anything about
Hmm.
what had happened, you know what I'm saying? To get to that
I
point,
do.
how the hell are you gonna trust them
I
to
know.
to do it? Or that, or they're
Hmm.
gonna sell America to somebody else, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna be like part of China. We're all just gonna be China. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the point we're getting to because Japan, like my daughter was in the military, and
Okay.
my daughter, she wants to teach in Japan because
Okay.
the school systems are so much better. They make
Yeah.
kids clean. They make them, they
Hmm.
work their asses and
Yeah.
teach them. But
Yeah.
here, and I asked her, I was like, "Why do you want to go to Japan and teach? Why not here?" She was like,
Hmm.
"Because the school systems here are shit."
Yeah.
And
And
that
it's
came
true.
straight out of my daughter's mouth,
Yeah.
and
And she's
I'm just
right.
like, and
She's
she started
right.
going into detail, and I've seen all
Yeah.
these videos where the kids they don't have janitors because they have to clean the schools, lunch,
Good.
for school,
Yeah.
after school. Dude,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That is
It
awesome.
is. It is. And they don't even allow them to do social media like it's prevalent here. It's not like that there. And the social media that they see, it's all about education.
Right.
So they're constantly being taught, whereas they show you all types of crazy stuff, as you know, here on social media. It's no
Syed
limit.
had even told me, I had Syed on the
Hmm.
director's corner. It was God, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that, and he told me about the way that they do the schools over there, and he said that high school here is basically junior high there. In college, it's like a pre-college would be
Hmm.
their high school because they
Okay.
have to do extra years basically, and that's what it is.
Okay.
They're taking a lot more schooling, so they're further,
Yeah.
and then
In
they come
education.
here to do school, and it's so easy for them
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they've done it,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
bet our shit just looks like 2 plus 2 is 4 versus you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Exactly.
Physicists versus 2 plus 2. It
I
put
know.
you know?
I know. I know. I know.
It's freaking
Yeah.
sad. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna get off this subject because 'cause I'm just not even trying.
Yeah. No, no, it's yeah, I get it.
All right. Well, I am going to thank you for coming on, and we are going to thank everybody for watching. We appreciate it. So, see you
Thank
later,
you.
guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.